Welcome everyone to a very special edition of the Valpo Coaches Show. I'm Brandon Vickery from Valpo Athletic Communications, and I'm glad to be joined by the new head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Roger Powell Jr. Valpo Coaches Shows are always sponsored by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. It is it is a special day. We have just introduced Coach Powell as our next head coach. Let's take me back to the moment of learning the news that you are the next head coach of the Valparaiso University men's basketball program. What did that mean to you?
You know, it was surreal. Being able to come back to a place that I had so much history with, and the memories that I had of winning championships here as an assistant with Bryce, it all kind of came back. You know, those feelings, the trophies being held up, the nets being cut down. I was kind of brought back to those memories, and now being the head coach, have an opportunity to create those memories again. But as a head coach, it was surreal, and I felt the weight of the challenge, but the excitement of how it's going to feel when we get there.
You mentioned head coach. When did that become a goal of yours? When did you realize in your career that being the head coach of a program was something you wanted to do?
I think early in my career, I thought it was a possibility, but after leaving here and going with Bryce to Vanderbilt and then going to Gonzaga and getting some more experience, the last 3 years, I really felt like it was something that was going to happen. It gave me excitement for it. And being now in this position, 3 years ago, I knew it would happen. It was just finding the right place that fit me, and I found that place.
You mentioned the period of time where you left after being an assistant here, you went to Vanderbilt, you went to Gonzaga. What did you learn during those years that you bring back with you? How are you different than you were the last time you were here at Valpo?
I think just the experiences, coaching in a national championship game, being in multiple Sweet 16s, obviously this year Elite 8, coaching the pros, recruiting pros, guys that are in the NBA now and are having great careers, and then learning another system offensively was huge for me. So, I think those things kind of helped me gather and develop my coaching philosophy. I'm excited to bring bits and pieces of them, to my program.
You were here, you've experienced Valpo, you went other places, and now you made the decision to come back. What was it that makes Valpo so special to you, and what led you to return?
I mean, it was the people, the community, the memories of celebrating championships with you guys. I mean, that was important. And being from Joliet, an hour 15 away, and playing at the University of Illinois, and just all my fan support is in this region. So that's special to me, and that was a big determining factor in me coming back here.
You mentioned playing at Illinois. I know a lot of people still remember those days of the Illini, particularly in the Chicagoland area. Take us back to some of those special memories. I'm sure you get asked about it all the time, but what stands out when you think about some of the great teams you had at Illinois?
I think, just the winning, cutting down nets, winning Big Ten championships, making deep runs in the NCAA tournament. And that last year where we were 29-0 going into the last regular season game, obviously we lost, but just that historic season was special, and people in Chicago rally behind us. And even to this day, I mean, they still love us. And being able to experience that, and to be honest, experiencing a similar thing 2 years ago with Gonzaga, a historic season, 31-1, losing a national championship game. Those are like historical moments. Those are teams that will be remembered forever. And being a part of multiple teams like that is pretty amazing. And now it's my job to try to create that here.
We're going to get to know Roger Powell, the basketball coach, but we also want to get to know Roger Powell, the person. And the Valpo community is familiar with you to a certain degree, but now in a very public chair as the head coach. What can you tell our fan base about who you are as a person outside of basketball?
Well, I'm the Rev. And, my faith is really important to me. I'm a preacher, so I'm a motivator, I'm a challenger. I'm very intense. I love my family, and family is going to be a big part of what we're doing here. I love my players, and for me to be able to, be a head coach now and help create those experiences for my guys is special. It means a lot to me. So, that's who I am. I look forward to these guys that are on this current roster, and some of the guys that I bring in. I look forward to them, getting to know that and being able to kind of share that with them, and hopefully impact their lives in an amazing way.
Well, the excitement in the community has been overwhelming so far, but I think the question everyone has is, what's next? They're excited to get behind you. What's the vision? So can you share with us some of your vision for Valpo basketball?
You know, I think a big part of that is being competitive, being gritty. I want to win a championship in a league that's very competitive. My vision is bringing some high-level players, players that, we were bringing here, 7 years ago, guys that have gone on to play in the NBA, Alec Pierce being one of them. Excitement in the community. I think, welcoming the community to be a part of our success. Obviously, all the things with like NIL and the support, hopefully to build a new arena soon, like just really inviting you guys in to be a part of this. That's what we're going to expect. And that's a part of my vision. One of my favorite quotes is, it takes a village to raise a child. It's going to take a village to get this program to where I believe it can go. So I'm excited to team up with you, our fans, students, our players and their families, Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, team up with you guys to make this special. I can't wait.
I know I speak on behalf of all of Valpo Nation when we say we can't wait either. Welcome, so good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Roger Powell Jr., on his first official day after being introduced at the press conference earlier today. We look forward to you following along. Follow at Valpo Basketball on social media, valpoathletics.com for all the latest in Valpo basketball. We'll talk to you again next time on the Valpo Coaches Show, and it's sponsored by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.